Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. This morning, smoking my Rossi Rubino 626. And in it, I am smoking some Haunted Pirate Ship. It has been raining all day today. And before I go any further, I want to give a shout out here to a new channel, Full Dottle. And Full Dottle's a new channel. He's got 30 some subscribers. Been around for a while. Just changed his name to Full Dottle. He was going by his real name for a long time. And he just put up a couple of videos and a couple introduction videos. I'll put a link down below. He's great, man. He's just a natural. He's just a natural. Great editing on his videos. He's just a natural at it. He's going to be awesome. So go give him some love. Subscribe to him. Show him some love. Tell him Onion sent you. He's been a subscriber of mine for a while, and I think he's going to be just fantastic. So let's give him some love. Full Dottle. I'll put the link down below. Give him some love. But he's got a great channel. Looking forward to seeing what he's got for us in the future. So today was Good Friday. It's also National Siblings Day. I have 2 sisters and a brother, all older than me. And had some good times with them, and they made my life miserable at times as well, especially my brother. He used to get me in trouble all the time. Used to get us all in trouble all the time. Used to talk my sister Susie, who was just above me. She was like the third. Tommy was the oldest. Shirley was the next oldest. Susie was just above me. And Tommy would do stuff. He'd like poke holes in take needles and poke holes in the old toothpaste tubes. Take little needles and poke holes in them. So when you'd squeeze them, toothpaste would come out all over the place. Mom and Dad would get all mad and come in. Who did that? They'd make everybody stay in the bathroom until somebody would admit to it. Well, he would always talk Susie into admitting to it, because I was too little to ever, at that time I was too little to, even think about doing something like that. So he would talk Susie into admitting it. You're the youngest. They won't get mad at you. Just admit you did it. They won't get mad at you. So she'd admit to doing it, and then she'd get in trouble for it. She didn't even do it. He was always doing stuff like that. When we got older, Tommy and I sound exactly the same. I mean, we talk, laugh, everything. People would call up and they'd think he was me all the time, which led to some funny stuff on the phone when my friends would call the house. But my mom would be in the other room, and Tommy and I would be in the living room, and my mom would say, "Hey, Johnny, come take out the trash." And Tommy would say, "Make me." And so I'd get up to go take out the trash because Mom told me to take out the trash. And I'd walk into the kitchen and she'd just backhand me, just smack me. "Don't you ever talk back to me like that." I'd say, "Well, that wasn't me. That was Tommy that said that. I didn't say that." He'd just be in the other room just laughing. He thought that was so funny. He'd just... I'd be sitting there, this big old puffy lip, chipped tooth, puffy lip. He just thought it was so funny. And I'd say, "I didn't say that. It was Tommy that said that." And she'd say, "Well, that's for all the times you said it and got away with it." So I'd go out in the living room. He'd be sitting there just laughing so hard. Well, I had this thing where I'd take my fingers like this, my finger like that, and I'd drive it right into his thigh. Just take my knuckle like that, and I'd just, bam, hit him as hard as I could in his thigh, and it would just give him an instant Charlie horse. And he was 9 years older than me. It was the only thing I could do to him that crushed him. And he'd be laughing and laughing, and I'd do that to his leg, and he'd just have a Charlie horse where he couldn't move his leg. And he'd be rolling around on the ground, and I go, "Yeah, that's what you get, man. That's what you get." And I'd walk away and just go into the other room, and he'd be rolling around on the living room floor, this Charlie horse in his thigh. He was bad, man. He was bad. My sisters weren't so bad. They were pretty good. Unless my sister wanted to watch The Big Valley with Heath Barkley, and I was watching something else, and she'd come out and change the channel. I'd say, "Hey, I was watching that," and I'd change the channel back, and then she'd take her nails and just dig them into my forearm and leave little half-moon puncture marks on my forearm from her nails. They were like shaved into razor blades. I'd have these little half-moon puncture wounds in my forearm where she'd just sever my skin. Good times, good times. And of course we could never hit them or anything because they were girls. So they could do anything they wanted to us. Good times. I love my siblings. For the most part. For the most part. My brother used to set up these boxing matches when I was a little kid. So we were living in San Pedro, and I was between, well, I moved there when I was 4, so I was between 4 and 9. And all the kids in the neighborhood, we'd have these boxing matches in the front yard. My brother and these 2 kids across the street, Gary and Larry, they were all the same age. They were 9 years older than us. And they'd set up these boxing matches for all the young kids. We had boxing gloves. I mean, I was pretty good at it. I was a pretty good fighter. And there was this one kid in the neighborhood, Brian. It was lived across the street, and I wasn't allowed to go out in the street. My dad wouldn't allow me to go out in the street, and this kid knew it. And so he'd tease me, and he'd, tease me. Finally, one day, my dad said, "Next time he does that, go ahead. You're allowed to go out in the street, chase him down, do whatever you need to do." So he came over and was teasing me, and I went out in the street and caught him. Put a good whooping on him, and he had no idea what, I was going to do that. I just caught him off guard. So anyway, they set up a boxing match between me and Brian. And I had never lost in a boxing match at that point. So Brian and I start fighting, and I'm pretty much putting it to him, and all of a sudden he turns around and starts fighting left-handed. And I didn't know what to do. And he starts kicking my butt. And I mean, he beat me up one side and down the other. And I didn't know what the heck was going on. I'd never had anybody come at me left-handed. It was like I didn't know what to do. He beat me so bad that I never fought again. If this is what it's like losing, I don't want anything to do with fighting anymore. He pounded me. He just pounded the crap out of me. Brian Drowan was his name. He just pounded the crap out of me. Turned around, started fighting left-handed, and gloves were coming out of nowhere. I didn't know what was going on. And he just beat the crap out of me. I just remember going home, my head hurt, my face hurt. Well, I never fought again after that. Well, so I got a little older and had to get in a couple of fights, but just for fun. I didn't fight for fun ever again. But God, that was no fun at all. Getting beat up was no fun. Mm-mm. Every time I'd throw a punch, his left would come over the top and just crush me. Gosh. Now, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fight that. I didn't know how to stop that. He was just crushing me. Learned a valuable lesson that day. Losing was no fun. But so happy Siblings Day. I will catch you guys later. Make sure you check out Full Dottle. Give him a subscription. I will catch y'all later. God bless each and every one of you. And don't get in any fights, man. It ain't worth it. I'll talk to you later. God bless.